Hello, it's your favorite lawyer. So today we are going to talk about getting stuck with a huge amount in back child support and how that happens. Okay, how we're going to avoid that and how we are not going to allow that to happen to us. These are the things that we have to know about back child support. Guys, a lot of people start off with a huge back child support amount due to the fact that they did not take care of the child in utero and afterwards. Um, there are many defenses to a person not taking care of a child. And there's a possibility that you may not get stuck with so much back child support. There are certain things that you can prove, but it's very finite, it's very specific, it's very limited. It doesn't happen for many people. Um, and just going in there and plain saying you didn't know about the kid or whatever is not going to suffice. You will get stuck with a large amount of back child support. So I always tell my clients, when they come to me, one of the first things is just to know. You got to know whether it's your child. Now, a lot of the times, men, you gotta try to play the game and act like y'all don't know. You know where you've been, okay, and you know where you're going, okay. And so I say that because don't sit up there, and men tend to do this. The ostrich syndrome. Man, it's two types of people that will do the ostrich. You bury your head in the sand, you pray to God. It's just not going. I'm not gonna have to deal with this. It's like just bury my head in the sand. It's gonna be over with, and I don't have to deal with the situation. Okay, people do that. People with bad credit, you know, that have horrible, long-standing bad credit. They do that, and men with babies. Okay, so I don't understand where it comes from, but if you know where you've been and you know where you're going, and just ignoring it tends to let back child support add up. People wonder how you get that $10,000, $8,000, 12, 20, 30,000. That's where it comes from. It comes from you burying your head in the sand. So if you know you've been there, first thing you want to do is you want to get a DNA test. Now, sometimes you don't need one. You can look at the child, you can tell, or if you had a long-standing relationship with that person, you can attest to the woman's character. You may not need one. You may know that that's your child. There may be certain traits that child has. But other than that, you should always, get your DNA test. And guys, take care of the child, okay? And a lot of the times, you may not know exactly what it is that you need to be sending and what you need to be paying, but you need to be paying something. Paying nothing will get you messed over. Okay, and I'm joking, but it's serious. It's a serious thing. It will get you messed over because at the end of the day, the court can go back, okay, a certain amount of years depending on what jurisdiction you're in. Texas, guys, this kid's almost in school, and she files, and she can go all the way back. So you have to be very careful with not paying anything. You have to make sure you pay something and pay what you think you should pay. It will all even out in the end. If there's money that will be owed to you, you'll have a credit when the child support order comes, and that looks fantastic and great, especially when you're requesting additional possession and access. Okay. And additional possession and access meaning more time with the child. Okay, you're taking care of this child, you're doing so many good things for this child while that child's young without a court order, looking good to the court to let the judge say, okay, hey, this daddy may be able to get a little bit more access than normal. Okay, because this isn't a normal situation. Okay, this person's taking care of their child, they're stepping up, they're doing what they have to do regardless of whether they're with the mom or not. Okay. And then you have people that are not, hardly taking care of the child. A couple $100 here and there. That adds up. You might as well have not been doing anything when you get hit with that child support amount. And it's sad. I hate, when it happens, you feel so horrible because child support debt is bad debt. It's really bad. It's 6% interest per annum in Texas and can be, higher or lower in different jurisdictions. Okay, and you're robbed. You're really robbed, and the baby's mama gets that interest. So, and then when you're not paying on the back child support, it just eats away at your soul. It carries on, continues on. It becomes a bad debt. They put it on your credit. They take your personal injury lawsuit money. You can't get your taxes back. They're freezing your bank account. I mean, it's horrible. Okay, it never goes away. So burying your head in the sand never helps. And you always want to just come out the gate swinging. You want to come out the gate swinging, taking care of that child, doing what you need to do. And these are ways that you will not come, you won't get saddled with so much child support early on. You'll look better to the courts again with possession and access, because a lot of the times men want possession and access. They haven't been taking care of these kids. And, with the infants, it's very particular. The possession and access is finicky. If you haven't been there for a child, judge is not going to make that child go with you overnight and things of that nature until the child becomes a certain age, etc. And so if you're not building that relationship with that child, possession and access is probably not going to be what you want it to be. Um, you're still going to be paying that child support. And you'll still be paying anything you owe back. So one thing I always tell my clients is find out if it's your kid. If you think it's your kid, man, just start paying. Pay something. Jesus Christ, pay something. Um, take care of the kid, and then, go to court and get all those things hammered out, your possession, your access. But the money is never something that you want to play around with, gentlemen. And I say this to my fellas because child support, literally, guys, can be one of the most detrimental things in your life. It can really mess you over. Like, your child support debt is one of the worst debts. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Like, you cannot sleep at night with this debt. So I tell people, and it just ruins. It's just like it just starts to eat away at every facet of your life. When they start putting it on your credit and they start taking bank accounts and freezing them and stopping you from getting your money, and stimulus was stopped for some people. So you just want to make sure you're doing all you can do. Um, don't get stuck with that large amount up front. Up front. Some of the ways that you may be able to, like, if you've tried to pay for a child and the mother doesn't want the money, then you don't have to worry about that. Just have proof that the mother declined, or have proof that the mother lied to you, told you the child was not your child and it was, and you won't have to pay, that back amount. So there are ways that you don't have to pay it. But other than that, guys, a lot of the time, and you end up getting saddled with this huge, debt. And it ends up, being a lifetime of an issue for you when you can just kind of get ahead of it. Okay. So I'll take it, entertain any questions, any emails, or anything that you guys have, and peace out. Just take that little piece and do something with it. Okay, guys, get ahead of it. All right, thanks. Bye.